Yes, so we're going to go ahead and get started again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our Thursday Zoom class. I want to first start with announcements. So I want to say that for our last module, module 154, we had some really, really great grades. So I want to thank you all for putting in that hard work. Look, the three of you that are on had excellent grades. Amber, Samara, Jessica, I want you all to keep up that great work. I mean, you all are doing a phenomenal job, and I really, really appreciate it. I mean, just kudos to you all. Keep up that great work. And you see, like I said,
Congrats, y'all. Congrats.
yes,
Good grades. What's up?
yes. And look, Samara, she always makes those faces, April, because she was struggling. Look, Amber, all of them. And look, A students.
Oh, I saw Amber's eyes. Oh boy, it was rough, Amber, in the beginning.
And look, A students, yes. And I mean, so yes,
the 18,
yes, they're doing great. So I want to go ahead with the announcement. You know, yesterday was the first day in module 155. Remember that all of the information, please make sure that you're checking your news and announcements daily when you log on and before you log off for the day. Make sure that you're reading your emails in its entirety, not just that first line. Read the entire email because you can miss some important information. Everything is in your grace section of e-learning. So make sure that you're checking for your Zoom link, your NCCT packet with answers are located there as well. Your week at a glance and all of the important information is located in your e-learning in the grace section. So make sure to look at that daily because in news and announcement, things are updated daily. Also, like Ms. April stated, we will be having some great information as far as job fair and career placement. Make sure that you all stay in contact with career placement. Also, like if you're looking for employment now and you have those skills that you feel might be able to help you, get a job, contact career services and they will be able to assist you even with join job coaching, interview technique skills. Just make sure that you're using the resources that's available. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Yesterday was the first day in module 155, chapter 24, radiology. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, let's see what's going on with the share screen. There we go. So I know you all saw the first part of this video, so I'm going to go ahead and let this first part play again for those of you who are not watching the videos. Also, it's very important to watch these videos. Make sure that when you're looking in your assignment, I've been posting every day, your daily assignment when we don't have Zoom class or NCCT prep. I've been posting these little short mini videos in your assignment. So please make sure to look at the video, and also because at the end of the video, I have a question that needs to be answered. And that's how you're also able to receive some extra points. Like I was explaining earlier, say you might have an 87 and you're like 4 or 5 points away from an A. If you would have completed and got those extra points from joining Zoom and any other activities that we might display online, then that 87, you can, with those extra points, you can move that grade up to an A. So just making sure that you're participating, for those who are participating for everything that we have, NCCT, our Zoom classes, just being available, just logging on and signing in and participating. Those extra points come in handy. So I know, Samara, you have quite a few that you have not used yet. Also, Amber, you have quite a few that you have not used yet. Please, like I said, which I know that, look, you all didn't have to use them, huh? Because you had 8s already, which is exciting. But still, like I said, sometimes you can use them for an assignment. Like if you want to go about and say, well, I know that I have like 30 extra points or 40 extra points, and that assignment is worth 40 points, then you can let me know and I can use that toward an assignment. So just like I said, use those assignments because you don't want to lose them. You know, you don't want to lose all that hard work because you're participating, you're doing everything. So put those points to use. I did use some of your points, Samara and Amber, on some of your grades. Even if you had a 95 or whatever, I did use those. And that would assist with bringing that grade up and also your grade point average. But you have so many, so you still have a lot to use. You know, so just make sure you're keeping count. So what I'm doing now, I'm logging. I have a spreadsheet that I'm using to keep account of all of your points that you're using. I'm gonna be using it for this module, but you still have your points from last module. But I'm gonna have a spreadsheet and I'll just be keeping up with that to send to you all as well, to let you know, how many points you have, because I know that sometimes you might forget about how many points you have. So I'm going to go ahead and start this over. I know you all saw this first part, but I'm going to stop it. I want you all just to look and review, and then I'm going to pick up where this video stops. So I'm going to go ahead and
Well, I'm saying good evening.
let me just go right here.
Module 155, Radiology. Today is the start of Module 155. If you have not completed all assignments, exams, labs, please send me an email and submit everything you would need to. Grades need to be turned in as soon as possible.
So I want to stop that right there. So if you're able to upload your assignments, please upload your assignments. Please do not just email them to me just to email them, because you have to realize there will be a lag with me putting those assignments in, because I still have to check all of the grades that are in the upload. So don't just email me. The email is if you're unable to upload your assignment and if you're unable to post in the comments section. Remember, you can post, if you can't upload, you can post in the comments section. So remember, email is only used for if you're unable to upload your assignment or post your assignments in the comments section.
It will be going by pretty swiftly, as some of the other modules have. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, radiology. Chapter 24, radiology. Learning objectives for chapter 24. After completing this chapter, you would be able to, 1, demonstrate an understanding of radiology terminology, analyze the elements of component coding and reporting radiology services, identify elements of the global procedure, state the appropriate coding of contrast material, explain the format of the radiology section, demonstrate the ability to code radiology services and procedures. The format of the radiology section. Radiology is the branch of medicine that uses radiant energy to diagnose and treat patients. The term originally referred to the use of X-rays to produce radiographs, but is now commonly applied to all types of medical imaging. A physician who specializes in radiology is a radiologist. Radiologists can provide services to patients independent of or in conjunction with another physician of a different specialty. That's important to understand. A physician who specializes in radiology is a radiologist. Radiologists can provide services to patients independent of or in conjunction with another physician of a different specialty. The radiology section of the CPT manual is divided into 2 subsections. Diagnostic radiology, diagnostic imaging, diagnostic ultrasound, radiologic guidance, breast mammography, bone joint studies, radiation oncology, nuclear medicine.
So with this, when you look at it and when you see anything that's saying like radiology, what does ology stand for? What is ology? What's that suffix? Ology is what? Not everybody at one time. What is ology?
Study of science, a subject of study.
Right. Ology means the study of. Radiology is the study of. So these are these graphs, pictures that I have. So like have mammograms, anything that's radiant. It says radiology is the branch of medicine that uses radiant energy to diagnose and treat patients. So ology is the study of radiant energy. So the study of energy. So when you're doing x-rays, they're getting a picture of what's going on inside of the body. And then that radiologist is going to read that film to further discuss what they see and what's going on. So remember that ology is the study of. That's on your national certification exam. All of these prefix and suffixes you will need to know. So that's why it's important to make you some flashcards or whatever with prefix and suffix in your last chapter. I start putting in the slides, prefix and suffix for you all to remember. Remember in NCCT with that medical terminology, you're going to have to know all of these things. And it's a long portion on that certification exam on medical terminology. So in this chapter in radiology, you're going to see there are a lot of different things that's going on. You have radiology terminology. The following words in graphy, meaning making of a film. So you know that suffix graphy means making of a film. So whenever you see in graphy, you know that that is the film of something being taken a picture of. For example, in angiocardiography, angio means vessel and cardio means heart. So angiocardiography is the making of a film of the heart and vessel. What do the other graphy words mean? So this is one of your exercises here. Okay, so you see how it's broken down, and that will help you if you know that prefix, if you know that term, this is a perfect example. Angiocardiography or angiocardiography, a perfect breakdown. Angio, it tells you what angio means, vessel. Cardio means heart. Graphy means film. So angiocardiography, heart and vessels. So once you get those terms and you break down, even if you don't understand that true meaning, if you know that prefix and that suffix, that will help you with understanding the meaning of that word. So what is number 2? Who wants to volunteer and tell me what number 2 is? Number 2. Break it down, look at those terms. Number 2.
Joint.
Number 2 is joint. So a order, like I say, could say graphy or audiography is joint. So what is arthro? You had this in your last chapter, arthrography. This was in your last chapter. Arthrography. So what is graphy?
Making of a film.
Right. So graphy, remember everything that ends with graphy is making of a film. So what is arthrography?
Want to be like an imaging?
Right, an imaging of what? Arthro, that first term. It's an imaging of what?
Joints?
Similar to a joint, but what is arthro? Look at that first part. What is arthro?
Oh. It's of a joint?
Other joints, but of what? So joint is correct. I don't want you to get, that's
Sorry.
correct.
Okay, I got confused.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's correct, but like, what is it? Like it's saying arthro? So when you're looking at them, you're taking a film. So it's taking a film of all the joints. Anything that's orthographic is
Okay.
all of the joints. Not a particular one, all of them. Okay, sorry I got y'all confused. Look at that. I told you, look, Samara, you cannot get away with anything. I'm telling you, those facial expressions. If I just look at you and see something wrong, I'll know. Amber kind of plays it off like she doesn't really make it, but Samara, you can't really, you know, it shows. Number 3, cholangiopancreatography. Break all of that down. So what is col? Remember what angio is. Look at angio. Angio is what? Vessel, right? Then you have pancreas.
Pancreas.
Exactly. And then graphy is what? The film, the picture that they're taking. So put it together. Cholangiopancreatography. What is that? Col, what does col stands for?
Biliary, B-I-L-I-A-R-Y. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, biliary. So the bile, remember colon, like colonoscopy? So see how if you can break it down, so you know angio is going to be the vessel. Pancreas, you know, that's pancreas. So that's also with the bile and releasing, and then graphy, a film of. So that's how you have to break each thing down, like break. So we're going to skip on to number 5, cystography. Cystography. What is cysto and graphy? So you know graphy is what? Making of a film. You're taking a picture of what?
The urinary system?
Yes, cystography, taking a picture of the urinary system. Great.
Which should be easy to determine.
Wait, that followed right on what I was saying.
Angio, it says here,
So we're gonna go on.
Or how to break it down. So own equipment, employ.
Let me just go back, make sure. Okay.
For example, if a patient undergoes a radiology procedure in a clinic that owns its own equipment, employ its own technologists, and also employs the radiologist who supervises, interprets, and reports on the radiology results, the global procedure is reported. So this is going back to understanding how you report such services. How do you understand and go about such services? So this is known as your guidelines. So the guidelines always states, let me go back a slide. The guidelines is going to let you know on how to report the services. So in your guidelines, it states, as with all guidelines, the radiology guidelines should be read carefully before radiologic procedures or services are reported. So make sure that you're reading your guidelines before you report any procedure. The guidelines contain the unique instructions used within the section and the indications of multiple procedures, separate procedures, unlisted radiology procedure codes, and applicable modifiers. Guidelines that are used more commonly in this section than in others are those explaining the professional, technical, and global components of a procedure. These components are as follows. Professional describes the services of the physician, including the supervision of the taking of the X-ray film and the interpretation with report of the X-ray films. Technical describes the services of the technologist as well as the use of the equipment, film, and other supplies. That's the technical component. So remember, professional describes the services of the physician, including the supervision of the taking of the X-ray film and the interpretation with report of the X-ray film. So the interpretation means the findings, the readings with report of the X-ray films. The technical component describes the services of the technologists, as well as the use of the equipment, film, and other supplies. Professional, the physician; technical, the technologist; equipment, film, and other supplies. Global describes the combination of the professional and technical components, 1 and 2. For example, if a patient undergoes a radiology procedure in a clinic that owns its own equipment, employs its own technologist, and also employs a radiologist who supervises, interprets, and reports on the radiologic results, sorry about that, the global procedure is reported. Again, global describes the combination of the professional and technical components, 1 and 2, professional and technical. For example, this is an example of how you would report this. If a patient undergoes a radiology procedure in a clinic that owns its own equipment, employs its own technologist, and also employs the radiologist who supervises, interprets, and reports on the radiologic results, the global procedure is reported. But if the radiologist is reading and interpreting films that were taken in another facility, only the professional component would be reported for physician services. So this is where we're going to stop for today on the first day of chapter 24, the radiology section. And I need you to watch this film, to watch this video, and to explain to me the difference. So this will let me know if you are actually watching the video. I need for you to explain to me, why is it important to know if it's professional or technical? Why is it important to know the professional component, and why is it important to know the technical component? Submit that for an additional 5 points. The professional component describes the services of the physician, including the supervision of the taking of the X-ray film and the interpretation with report of the X-ray films. Technical describes the services of the technologist, as well as the use of the equipment, film, and other supplies. So please explain to me the differences and give me an example of what would be a professional component and what would be a technical component. Give me an example of what would be a professional component and what would be a component of a technical component. This is what we will cover. Remember, please upload your assignments. If you're unable to upload your assignments, please post it in the comments section. Email it to me.
Okay, so this was that first part, just that introduction of what was going on. I want to share my screen. I did do additional films for this chapter, starting with chapter 25. So let me stop sharing here. So are you all getting an understanding of the radiology section? Do you all have any questions in reference to the radiology section? The important part is knowing that terminology, knowing and understanding the terminology. So let me go on to the remainder of the slides. Let me go on here, chapter 25. Let's see. Doesn't want to let me share. Okay, stop share. It doesn't want to let me share. Okay, let's see. Chapter 24. Look for chapter 25. That's not the part. Downloads. Okay. This is not what I wanted to share. So let's see. So we're going to continue. So the rest of it in chapter 24, it's talking about the different planes of the body. So in your book, on page 624, I just want to get this on. Let's see. It doesn't want to show. Let me try it again. One minute, you all. I'm just trying to get the rest of this information for you all. Stay right there. Let's see. I'm still here, you all. I'm just trying to make sure I'm trying to get this other slide up. 1 second. Chapter 24. Let's see, 1 second. Quick access. So I can't get that on. So what I'm going to do, I'll post it in your assignments. I'll post it in your assignments because it's not allowing me to get it. I know we've been having a lot of computer errors, technical stuff going on. So I will post it in your assignment. So let's go to chapter 24. We're going to finish up with odds and ends on page 625 in your textbook. Odds and ends, it says many of the code descriptions state radiologic supervision and interpretation and alert you to component coding, letting you know that modifier 26 or modifier TC may be appropriate. Always read the parenthetic information that follows these component codes. So when you're getting ready to code, you're always going to read what's in parentheses first. You're going to make sure you understand what they're asking you and if you can even use those modifiers when you're coding in a radiology procedure. So always make sure, never just code directly when you see that code. Always go through the guidelines and read what's in parentheses. It says codes are often divided on the basis of whether contrast material was or was not used. The phrase with contrast in the CPT manual means contrast that was administered intravascularly, intra-articularly, or intraacally into the subarachnoid space. If the procedure indicates that contrast was administered orally or rectally, the service is reported as without contrast. So we're going to go more into that, because once you read what's in parentheses, you'll get a better understanding when it's telling you on what's in contrast and what's not in contrast. Make sure you're always reading your coding shots. The coding shots are very, very helpful. It says report the supply of contrast material with medicine section code 99070. So see, here we go again, we're in radiology, but it's telling you you're going to report out of the medicine section. So that's why it's very important to read what's in parentheses and reading your guidelines. It says medicine section 99070, supplies or your HCPCS code. The injection of the contrast material is included in with the contrast. Radiology procedure code, unless guidelines, it's telling you there, unless guidelines state that a surgical code should also be listed to report the injection procedure. Avoid reporting 99070 if there is more definitive HCPCS codes available. So whenever you're coding, read what's in the parentheses, read the guidelines that's next to it. That's going to help you with getting that information. Diagnostic radiology, page 626. It states the most standard radiographic procedures are contained in the diagnostic radiology subsection. The most standard radiographic procedures are contained in the diagnostic radiology subsection 710 to 76499 of the radiology section. So read all of those subsections to get better clarity. This chapter is 5 days. chapter 24 is a 5-day course. So remember, on that fifth, it's the 5th or the 6th day, I'll look at it and I'll post it in your assignments and send it to you in an email. You will be having your exam on chapter 24. But this is a longer course. I know a lot of the courses last time was like 2 and 3 days or 1 day. Chapter 24 radiology is 5 days. And on that 5th or 6th day, you will be having your chapter 24 exam. I'm going to post the rest of those slides for you all to review in your daily assignment. It's not showing. We've been having, like I said, IT difficulties, so it's not allowing me to present it. So we're going to do a couple of little codes and then we'll be off. So we're not going to be that long today. So we're going to do like 3 or 4 codes and then we're done. So you have your book with you, Samara? Oh, you're at work. You're at work. Amber, it's all yours. Okay, so a simple application of a radioactive source, intracavitary. What is the CPT code? A simple application of a radioactive source, intracavitary. What is the CPT code? A simple application of a radioactive source intracavitary. What is the CPT code? A simple application of a radioactive source intracavitary.
Wouldn't that intracavitary be what you look up? I don't know how to spell it.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you spell it?
Oh, INTRACAVITARY.
Okay.
Intracavitary. You need me to spell it again for you, Amber? Yeah, INTRACAVITARY.
Now the rest of the plan is simple. Apply to the mold. I shrink the mold. Grab the mold. Stick on the toilet.
I am having a hard time finding it.
So if you didn't find it in intracavitary, what's the next thing you would look at? You got to remember, you're in radiology. So it says, the thing is saying a simple application of a radioactive source. So you know that's going to be a simple application. That's an injection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So look at that route, go that route.
Okay.
I know how much you like to
What's that?
And intra means what?
Into.
Right. So I'm gonna give you another hint. Look in your book on page 637 under clinical brachytherapy and read that section, and then you should be able to find the code. Clinical brachytherapy.
What page?
So in my book is 637. I don't know if it's the same for you.
637 our books, pathological and laboratory.
Okay, what's the, you have what, 2022?
Yes.
Okay, I have 2021, but look under, it should be, it should state, look for the subtopic that say clinical brachytherapy
Okay.
in your textbook, clinical brachytherapy. It's under exercise 2410. Do you see it?
I'm pulling it up.
Okay, yes, it should be under exercise 2410, clinical brachytherapy.
Okay. 77750 through 77799. Okay.
So did you read that definition of what it states?
Is a placement of radioactive material directly into or surrounding the site of the tumor discussed earlier in the text.
And then look what it says. Placement may be intracavitary or interstitial.
Okay. Okay, I get it now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. A intracavity radiation source application.
Yes. What's the code?
77761.
Correct. Yes. So did you see what you had to do and how
Yes.
you were able to find? Yes. That's why like,
Yes.
for you all to go through the steps so you can break it down. And then that last little sentence, you saw it says placement may be intracavity or interstitial. And it gave that code range because intra means into.
Yes.
So yes. So great job, Amber. So let's do one more before we log off. Complex therapeutic radiology simulation aided field setting. Complex therapeutic radiology simulation aided field setting. What is the CPT code? Complex therapeutic radiology simulation aid field setting. So remember, it's complex. Complex therapeutic radiology simulation aided film setting. So you have different fields. Remember, if you look on page for radiation, look on, it's under clinical treatment planning. In your textbook under clinical treatment planning, the next thing says simulation. The top portion is titled Radiation Oncology. And then if you look down, you're going to see clinical treatment planning, and then you're going to see simulation.
Yes, I do. I am not Victor anymore. Victor was my nerd name. Now I am Victor.
Wrong one.
You see it?
I lost it. Oh, yes, 77280. Okay.
And the question was complex therapeutic radiology simulation aided field setting.
Seven 77280.
If you're saying you lost your page, I lost my page. Let me see. What did you say? 772 what?
80.
Go down.
Oh, 90.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
I looked
And what
simple
page did you
instead of
find that on?
559.
Correct. And you see what it says, radiation therapy field set. So that's how when you're reading, like I said, when you're reading those exercises, look at those terms, like what it's stating, and look at the code range. That's how it's going to be able to assist you, especially like if you're unfamiliar, don't know like that main term, look in your chapters at the code ranges and it'll be able to assist you. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being on. Like I said, I had to turn in grades today. I still have a little time for people who are trying to update some assignments, but you all did great, high averages. And I'm just so excited and great, just grateful to your participation and just getting it. And you see, like with you participating and getting it, that's how you're getting these A's and understanding, getting the feel for it. It's good to be able to, some people are visual learners, some, it's different learning styles, but practice makes perfect. And you're always going to have, it's not like you're going to be perfect all the time, but you'll still know where and how to get to those areas when you're coding. So remember that I'm going to be sending out the video that we had today. We had a networking job fair. It was like networking. So we had a company that was offering virtual online jobs, customer service, entry-level jobs. I'll be sending that out to you all for whoever might be interested. Please get in contact with Career Services if you have any questions or concerns. It was a great platform for networking. And I mean, several jobs that they have for working from home, customer service jobs. So if you're interested and you're looking for something that's entry level, please use that link. She did post the link, and contact Miss Tiffany Francis in Career Services. I'll be providing you with that email shortly. So you all enjoy your day. I will see you all next week. Remember, next Tuesday is the NCCT prep. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. One more thing I want to share. Make sure, again, for those, I didn't have it recorded, if you're unable to post your assignments in the comments section or upload it, that is the alternative to email me your assignments. Please do not just email me your assignments just to email them. It's only if you're unable to post them in comments or upload them. It's very difficult to me to go through all of those emails and try to post them in your assignments. And that's why there's a delay if you don't see a grade and you see you have zeros, because I have to go in, copy and paste that, put it in the assignment, which is very time consuming. That's only for those who are unable to post in comments, who are unable to upload. So enjoy your weekend, stay safe, and I will see you all next week. I will be posting the continuation of this video in your assignment. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.